And attacks in the Red Sea are ramping up. Today, American and British warships shot down more than a dozen drones from the Houthi-controlled areas on Yemen. Now, this just the latest assault against naval vessels and commercial shipping this week. Friday, 2 Liberian flagged ships were hit in the Red Sea. Wednesday, 2 missiles missed a commercial tanker loaded with jet fuel. Monday, a missile hit a Norwegian flagged tanker. Now, 2 of the world's largest shipping firms have suspended their passage.
As the war between Israel and Hamas continues, today the United States and Egypt shooting down Houthi drones. Their targets, Israel and its allies. The U.S. destroyer battleship downing 14 drones launched by Yemen's Houthis in the Red Sea. U.S. Central Command saying the unmanned aircraft systems were assessed to be one-way attack drones and were shot down with no damage to ships in the area or reported injuries. It's the second Houthi drone attack launched from Yemen this month after the USS Carney shot down at least 3 attack drones on December 3rd, when the battleship also responded to calls from commercial vessels in the area that were attacked. The Houthis, who rule much of Yemen, have said they will continue their attacks until Israel stops its offensive in the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, which we know that's not going to happen, man. So I'm going to give all praises, glory, honor, and power that's due unto Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakadash. All right. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who wrote well and who I learned this truth from. And salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking both your lives and freedoms to do so. And shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. This your brother Hagabar. And yeah, you had the Houthis, all right, just launched a massive attack. All right, a massive drone attack on Saturday. Okay, 14 drones, pretty much up from 3 drones that they used back on December 3rd. All right, so they've exponentially increased these damn drone attacks. All right, to the point to where you have particular shipping firms that have either suspended travel, okay, or they've been trying to circumnavigate. Right, this article went out today by Reuters. Shipping firms avoid Red Sea as Houthi attacks increase. It says this Iranian-backed Houthi militants in Yemen have stepped up attacks on vessels in the Red Sea to show their support for Palestinian Islamist group Hamas fighting Israel in Gaza. So there's a further as more as this war is continuing to increase and go on, the more these Houthis, okay, and these different Iranian proxies, all right, are increasing their attacks. Okay, it says the attacks targeting a route that allows east-west trade, especially of oil, that's the kicker, to use the Suez Canal to save the time and expense of circumnavigating Africa, have pushed some shipping companies to reroute vessels to avoid the area. So a lot of these shipping companies are oil. A lot of them are shipping oil, okay, from one country to another. But because of these constant Houthi drone attacks on those merchant ships, they're having to either, pause transits, reroute transits, this is causing a major disruption, man, in the the global commerce. If America allows this to continue, okay, this is going to cause all types of complications, man. Which, matter of fact, because of that massive attack that just took place on Saturday, the U.S. is now, they're now weighing their options, which we know, up until this point, all of their responses have been subpar, man. They ain't really been doing shit. I mean, they've been having bases, their U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria come under attack, okay? There's been these drone attacks in the Red Sea, and all the U.S. has pretty much done thus far is shot down the drones, and they haven't had an actual aggressive response, a show of force. You see, but now it's at this point in time where they're gonna have to do something, right? That's why Israel, Netanyahu, pretty much said, look, if the U.S. don't attack them damn Houthis, we will, man, right? Because the U.S. is being hesitant because they know that attacking Iranian's proxy, they're gonna have to go to war with Iran. which they really want to do that shit anyways. All right, that's why they drafted up that legislation going into how they'd prevent Iran from getting nuclear weapons at all costs, which they might already have them, right? And that pretty much they'd have to go to war behind that. So yeah, man, get ready, man. You know, we're looking at a massive attack, all right, to take place, you know, from Israel or the U.S. or whoever. Somebody has to respond to this tyranny, because if they don't, or not tyranny, but if they don't respond, okay, to these constant aggressions in the Red Sea, this is going to affect global commerce, man. It's going to affect the oil. It's going to cause the price of oil to be hyperinflated, right? Because if they're not able to transport it, right, then you know, they're going to have to go up on the price, okay? Basic supply and demand, all right? And you got all these companies, BP, right? Oil major BP, today said it temporarily paused all transits through the Red Sea. French shipping group CGM said it was pausing all container shipments through the Red Sea. Okay. Equinor, Norwegian oil and gas from Equinor, said it had rerouted some vessels that had been heading towards the Red Sea. And you can keep on reading. All right, I'll put this in the description box. But you have a lot of shipping firms that are rerouting or pausing travel throughout the Red Sea. Okay, and the whole reason why they're going through there is because it's more cost effective. You know, it's more convenient. All right. But these Houthis, all right, they're trying to disrupt this global commerce. Right. And so this, you know, very well could get these different, you know, these other U.S. allied nations involved, because this is not only affecting Israel, it's affecting Israel and their allies. That's the whole point. OK, that's the whole point. Now, this is Jeremiah 50:24. Okay, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. You see, it says, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh, man. And this is a trap. These Iranian proxies, okay, mainly these, you got the Hamas, you got the sleeper cells, you got the jihadist groups that's pretty much been attacking, you know, different places around the globe. Okay, you've been hearing about these different T attacks. You've been hearing about the threats of a major, you know, attacks around these holidays, which it could pop off, you know, it could happen, you know, around that time, or it could be, you know, a little after. Okay, nonetheless, they're going to happen, especially, you know, when the U.S. and Israel lock horns with Iran. Okay, that's why they've been hesitant, because as soon as that shit happen, man, all of these sleeper cells and these jihadists all around the world, man, that's really when they're going to start popping off. You see, that's probably the reason why, you know, the U.S. is being dragging their down feet. But at this point in time, they can no longer afford to do that. Right. Now, this article says U.S. weighs military options after massive Houthi drone attack. The destroyer USS Carney downed a total of 14 drones Saturday morning, man. Okay. The White House is weighing options for striking back, okay, at Yemen's Houthi rebels after a month of attacks on commercial shipping in the Red Sea, officials have told Politico. Okay. Now, if these shipping firms are not able to transport their oil from one country to the next, that's going to cause a shutdown of a society, man. This shit is ran on oil, right? I forget what the saying goes, but it was one of those sayings, man. You know, you control the something about the oil, but nonetheless, man, like if the oil, all right, is not coming in, okay, and then they got to hyperinflate the price of oil, okay, meaning it's going to affect the trucking industry. Okay, so they ain't gonna be able to transport these different goods to the grocery stores and shit. And it's gonna cause a complete domino effect of disasters, man. And that's what's gonna happen during times of war anyways. These countries aren't gonna be exporting particular goods for this very same reason. This shit gonna liable to come under attack. It's not gonna be safe to travel, you know, these waters, yet alone, you know, on land. Okay, but even in the waters, man, they're not gonna be able to travel, all right, for these particular reasons. Okay, because these nations are going to have to keep their goods and their resources for themselves. Okay, it's going to be, this is why scriptures speak of a siege. Okay, which, you know, it happened in ancient Israel, but it also is happening again. a siege where these resources are going to be cut off. Okay, the resources are going to be cut off from coming in, and whatever's left in the country is what they're going to be rationing, and that's what people are going to be fighting over. Okay. All right, but it says military options have been presented to the White House, according to Politico. However, the Biden administration has so far been reluctant to move beyond shooting down incoming drones and missiles. So they ain't been doing shit. All right, that's why these people come next year, man. We know they want Biden out of office, man, because these Americans over here, they're tired of him, man. They say they feel like this dude's a coward. He ain't doing shit. All right, and that's why they had that movie Civil War that's supposed to be released in April, right? They're pretty much putting it into the minds of the people to go ahead and revolt against this damn government, man. Because at this point, America is looking weak, man. You got Iranian proxies that are flexing their might right now. They went from 3 drones on December 3rd to now a massive 14 drone attack on Saturday morning. Okay, so they're constantly increasing, man. Now, America's gonna have to respond, man, and if they don't, Israel will, in which they're gonna end up responding regardless. It says American officials and their counterparts in allied nations are said to be concerned about the risk of sparking a broader conflict with Iran, the state sponsor of the Houthi movement, right? Iran also has military proxies in Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon, and has the ability to interdict shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, meaning they can prohibit shipping via that strait. So this is the reason why America has been hesitant, because oil, the oil, man, which come January 1st, we know Iraq has officially said they're done with the U.S. dollar. If all of those nations that are going to officially be joining BRICS come January 1st, and a lot of those nations are OPEC, those oil producing countries. So it means that means the U.S., the petrodollar is out of the window, man. It's done. It's done, man. You see, so you can expect to see oil prices, all right, go up as the year goes on, man. As 2024 goes on, man, these prices of fucking oil are going to skyrocket again, because they've been, pulling oil from the reserves over here to give you people relief at the pump. But it's going to manifest, man. They can only do that for so long, man. It's really going to hit home, all right, as these nations have abandoned the petrodollar, man. Okay. All right, it's really going to hit home. All right, it says Iran also has military proxies in Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon, and has the ability to interdict shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, so they can prohibit shipping of goods and mainly of the oil. Okay, and all of these Iranian proxies that are, these different jihadist groups that are spread out in all of these different countries. Okay, best believe when such an attack is launched against the Houthis or Iran, that's when that's really when they're gonna fucking fully, that's really when they really gonna be raging, man. Okay, and that's why they warning of different attacks surrounding these holidays and shit, which we're gonna wait and see, man. Okay, but nonetheless, them attacks is coming, man, because the U.S. Is about to lock horns, man, with Iran. All right, there's pretty much no way around it. It says the U.S. Navy has positioned the carrier USS Dwight D. Eisenhower in the Gulf of Aden and 3 extra destroyers. So they're increasing their presence in that area. Okay. Skip down. It says Houthi forces have been interfering with shipping since November 20th. When they hijacked the car carrier Galaxy Leader, right? The boarding and subsequent drone attacks did not sway the administration nor the shipping industry, which continued to use the Suez Canal and Red Sea almost without change. But the math has changed over the past few days. So as you see, all of those shipping firms have now began to reroute or suspend travel throughout that area. Okay. So now, this shit's going down, man. The U.S. is looking to see how they want to respond. All right. And at this point, they can't continue to just be on the defensive. Okay. And that's why Israel said, look, y'all need to do something. Okay. Y'all, speaking to the U.S., all right, and their allies, y'all have to do something regarding these attacks, all right, or we will. Okay. So yeah, man, get ready, man. This shit about to go down, man. They're about to I don't believe that the U.S. is going to continue to just sit on their damn hands because, again, the Most High has laid particular traps and snares for this place that they're getting caught in that trap, right? It's either as the U.S., you continue to look weak and continue to allow these attacks to increase, which is going to completely fuck up the global commerce, okay, and the shipping of oil and these goods, all right? Or you're going to have to make that move, man. You're going to have to lock horns. So, yeah, man, Lord willing, man, this shit about to go down, man. But, yeah, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakadash, DTA Wa Baba Ball, Shalom.